hoping this is all in my head because I don't deal well with my hair down when it's like not a wash day, if that makes sense. It's just, I couldn't be asked to like recurl sides of it, so I just shoved some dry shampoo into it and hope for the best. But I'm definitely gonna need your comments below, like, is my hair actually crazy and am I gonna regret going out in public like this, or is it all in my head and actually it looks fine for, you know, one day old hair? Normally I would just scrape this back into a ponytail, but as you can see by the length, that is not possible with this hairstyle. Why I decided to completely reinvent myself and give myself this short of a haircut is, well, it's a long story, but the short answer is, like, with my long hair I just couldn't be arsed with it. I just really couldn't deal with it. So that's the long story of this. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's really weird talking to camera again. Like, I've been doing talking videos for the past year, but it's all been on my phone. It's all been on like TikTok and, as I call it, talking to my internet besties. This feels a little bit more legit and professional, and this feels a bit strange that I'm back talking to the camera again after almost having a year off. But yeah, I'm back, guys. Welcome back to a new vlog and welcome back to a new webisode. I am not saying I am back for good. I am hoping I am, but I'm really treating this as a soft launch because the last time I said that, I gave you one episode and then I disappeared for a year. So I don't want to make any promises I can't keep. So soft launching, no promises, but we're going to try and do a new video every week and see how this goes. And yeah, see where it takes us and whatnot. If this is the first time you're watching this video, hi, my name is Elle. My full name is Ellenor, but just call me Elle. Like, we won't even go into that. But I am a content creator part-time because I work full-time Monday to Friday. If you want to really catch up with stuff, go and check out Instagram, TikTok. Go check out my podcast called Elevated Everyday Living. The episodes are on here, but you can also check it out on Apple and Spotify. And yeah, I just love creating content and original long form content, and really experimenting with content creation happened on YouTube. Then life happened and I stopped, but I'm back now. So the reason for the break is, again, a very long story, but the way I can just break it down to you guys is simply a lot was going on personally and professionally, if that makes sense. I'll get into the personal in just a little bit, but you might already know, again, if you follow me on other social medias, like, you'll have had all the updates in lifetime. But essentially, I really wanted to be able to do all the content creation in the world because I just love this type of media and just this experimentation, this creativity. But as I've talked about, YouTube is one of those content forms where it takes the most effort and work because you're dealing with like two different things of like video and audio, and then you're having to like film everything, and then you're having to like review the footage and then edit it down and then export it and do all that stuff. And it can take a long time both to film it and then to edit it and then to publish it. Whereas with everything else that I've been doing, it's very much quick, snappy, like, you know, kind of thing. And things like the podcast, for example, like, I have filmed at like 8 o'clock at night in my PJs where I don't have to worry about being on camera, and I can just stick my headphones on, talk into the mic for 30 minutes, and that's one episode done. And then it takes me a couple of hours to edit, and then it's scheduled, ready to go. So when everything came too much for me, YouTube was one of the first things to drop just because of the effort. But it is my baby, it's where I wanted to go back to. And yes, as I said, hopefully we're around to stay and this won't be just a one-time thing again. I'm hoping by setting a very strict rule of no more than 20 minutes per episode, that will keep me in check. Maybe stretch it to 25, but I think if I stick to 20 minutes, like as I'm editing, if I hit that 20 mark and I've still got footage to go, like that's it, the footage is gone, or I have to rethink it, because I think like having those strict things will help me with editing in my brain to make sure I'm giving you the best content as such. So that's the rule. If we want longer form content, we're going to have to support me with like, rating, subscribing and all that jazz, and then hopefully I can make a career of this and then do more long form content in the future. But for now, 20 minutes is the rule. And I've been chatting for 5 minutes, so really we need to get moving with this. I guess there's a very quick personal update because I've updated on everywhere else but haven't officially updated on here as such. The personal reasons for life getting in the way was my endometriosis, which is only just recently been diagnosed. Obviously we had very high suspicions throughout the whole of last year, me and my consultant, but it wasn't until I had my surgery 4 weeks ago that it was confirmed that, and I had endometriosis, and they removed it all from my insights and whatnot. And yeah, it was a lot of the fatigue and the mental and physical health that I was suffering from, in terms of just constantly feeling fatigued, constantly in pain. And yeah, it was taking a toll on content creation and whatnot, and just other things in my life as such. If you want a more in-depth episode, let me know in the comments below, but I've really covered a lot of it over on my different social medias and whatnot. Hopefully also I will now be following this calendar from now on, so if you're really wanting a full 360 of my life and content creation, this is the formula I'm going to be following as of last week, because I went out with one video that kind of got lost in the mix of not being edited and whatnot. So you may be like, oh, there was an episode last week and now we're having a chatty video talk. But basically, podcast episode every Monday, YouTube every Wednesday, new blog post every Friday, and then very much Instagram whenever, because I'm over Instagram, and then TikTok, at least 2 or 3 videos a day. That is the plan. I don't want to chat anymore because, as I said, I've got a strict time limit. But also, there's not much happening this weekend. I chose a very weird time to restart filming and whatnot. Basically, I'm going back to the office this Monday. I will already be back in the office. I'm not gonna lie, I'm dreading it a little bit. I've had far too much fun being a lady of leisure at home. But it's very much getting myself ready to going back into the office. So it's resetting the house, it's food prepping, it's food shopping, etc, etc. Today though is a bit of more of a creative fun day. My husband is completely out this weekend. He's working in our coffee shop. We've got a staff member that's on holiday, so he has to go and cover those shifts. So it's good for me because I don't love like editing content when he's in the room or filming stuff. So I get like a whole weekend of my house to myself where I can just kind of be me and squirrel away at this stuff. So if I can put a tick list up here, I will put a little creative graphic. Now that we're cutting things down in terms of time-wise, hopefully we can do more fun things like this and more creative things. But today's to-do list is to go to the garden centre, pick up compost and soil for plants and seedlings that are now too big for the mini greenhouses that I have on our bathroom and kitchen windowsill. We need to take the dog for a walk, and then we need to sit down and edit last week's YouTube episode and also last week's podcast episode. So hopefully a little squirrel time in front of the sofa will do us some justice. And then tomorrow, weekly food shop, deep cleaning the house and food prepping. So those are the plans for today. So let me go pack my bag and let's take you along for the ride, guys. You excited me. You excited me, baby.
Wait, off you go. Hi, baby.
Ordinary Venezuelan girl based on
Okay, good morning guys. It is Sunday is the day before I return to work and I have just been up and about doing stuff. I have had a very, very productive morning. I started by completing an editing of a website, so that is like one thing checked off, which is amazing. I've done the weekly food shop. It was not a big one, but a steady one, mainly because of this bad boy. Like, you want to know how rich you are, can you afford branded olive oil? But that was literally the only bottle that was available, so I was like, oh, RIP bank account. And you would have seen that I would have gone to Asda. That isn't where we usually do our main food shop. I would love to be more of an M&S girly, I'm not gonna lie. We do tend to go and pick up some few bits from M&S every now and then. I mean, I'd love to be there full time, but I mean, you know, the budget does not support that dream just yet. It's probably a good thing as well because the M&S that we have is attached to like homeware and clothes, and we're getting like a brand new food hall being put in, and I think it's would just be an incredibly dangerous place for me every time if I did my weekly food shop there. Case in point, today I picked up 2 pairs of trousers that I didn't need. Well, I say I don't need. I'm very aware of like the lack of bottoms I have in my wardrobe, just because I tend to wear bottoms like over and over again, whereas like tops, they're really like one and done situations, so I have quite a lot of tops available, but don't have a lot of bottoms. But I saw these and thought these would be pretty interesting, and maybe we'll do a try on session on here later, or maybe we'll just stick to TikTok, who knows. I'm currently sipping on a hip hop, it's like a kombucha, it's really nice, it's pink grapefruit. I absolutely love these like fizzy drinks. Like, I'm a bit of a fizzy drink like addict, I absolutely love them. Just packed all the food shop away. You would have seen it's a very mixture of stuff. Recently, after surgery, I've been very much focusing on like endo-friendly diet stuff. So I had a good little conversation with my personal assistant ChatGPT about sort of like what would be recommended, and it's very much like low GI foods, cutting out alcohol, dairy and gluten where possible. Caffeine was also on there, but I mean, no one wants an uncaffeinated me around, so I think for everyone's health and safety, let me keep my caffeine. But it's just a lot about like low GI foods. I am not the expert, so please do your own research before you go down any dietary changes or anything like that. But yeah, lots of like different whole foods and stuff like that. And then of course picked up I don't know if you can see in the background, picked up an Easter egg because it was half price and why not? And my husband and I have eaten more Easter eggs after Easter than we did at the time. But we'll just get one, we'll split it in half, and it's like little chunks of chocolate for us to eat, you know, as and when. And that is the beauty of life. Like, it's all about balance. It's all about having quinoa morning, noon and night, and then eating an Easter egg for dessert. Why not? I'm definitely also aware of how weird my hair looks. I definitely think like 2-day-old hair, this is not the hairstyle for it. It's probably more straight back, but it will do for today. I'm gonna stick a cap on it anyway because it is humid out there. It's really, really warm. We've like jumped. We went from like jumping wearing weather yesterday to now it's like 19 degrees, and it's set to be like over 20s for the rest of this week, which is quite lovely. Who wouldn't want nice gorgeous weather? But yeah, it's a bit of a culture shock to the system. I've just put Dash's cooling bandanas in the freezer so you can wear one when we go on walkies. Yes, I said the word, we're gonna go in a bit, I promise. So yeah, that is literally the plan today, is to do walkies. I got a chunk of ironing to do, and also I've got to edit a podcast episode, so it's really like go, go, go. So I'll take you along. I mean, I won't take you on the full walk. I mean, we can insert footage here of yesterday's walk to give you an idea of what the walk will be like. But I think definitely want to go to our local coffee shop and pick up a nice latte and yeah, just have a little walk around in the sunshine. I've done all the washing that I could possibly do. I do need to put the sofa covers on because they'll dry in an instant. So I'll put those on whilst we're out. But yes, very much go about, get him exercise. I know. Do you want to come say hi? I haven't seen you in a while. Hello. So yeah, very much a Sunday admin job. Bit of food prep where possible, although my husband's going to be taking over that, and I do want to do a deep clean the house, but again he said he's going to do that because he's fully aware of like how much I'm adding to my list. So let's stop yapping, let's go grab a cap to protect my face, and yeah, let's go for walkies in the woods. Yes, you and me? fully appreciate how crazy my hair looks, but you know what, it's getting washed tomorrow, it's fine. No one else is going to see me, apart from X number of people who may or may not watch this on YouTube. Anywho, I have done all the ironing. I might be the only millennial on this planet that actually enjoys ironing, but I love it. I stick on a Nancy Myers film. It's complicated, and I just crack it out in one go. We did have an extraordinarily large amount of ironing though. Like, it's just built up like over the last couple of weeks. Plus I got a lot of my spring summer wardrobe out from storage, so it was creased from there, and it was just like, I'll deal with you another time. And yeah, today was the day. But I fully love ironing. Like, I love just like how crisp all my clothes come out. I have a little ritual. I've got like my little fabric sprays to just lift them up. I love it. But yeah, I know some people it's like an absolute bore, but it's one of my favourite rituals to do. And yeah, I will happily do your ironing if you want me to. Lee is upstairs currently blitzing the house out, ready for the week ahead. Sunday's like our start of the week for us, and yeah, we're just giving the house a good clean. We need to do some meal prepping. He's making lasagna tonight. We're making like a lamb lasagna or wild garlic pesto, so I'm really excited for that. I, however, have hit a wall. I've got like enough energy in my little spoons of like neurodiversity. I have like one spoon to basically edit the podcast for tomorrow, and then that's it. Like, I'm done for the day. So I'm gonna do that, and then have a very strict kind of like lights out at 8 in terms of like electronics, and like, yeah, just sit down and do like a bit of reading with my LED red light mask and just really chill out this evening. So yeah, that is me for the day. I do hope you enjoyed this little vlog. Hopefully it will be more coherent as it goes on. I just think like this vlog's been a bit crazy because it's like the first one back, and it's like trying to get back into the swing of things, but hopefully the others will make sense. Please like, rate and subscribe and all that jazz if you enjoyed this, and give us a follow if you're not already following. And yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day, have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you guys next week for a brand new episode. Bye!